So emptiness is here to be introduced. I'm only giving you the analogy, that part, right? Let's go step by step. Let's go step by step. Okay. Keeping that in mind, if you could remember what take us to up to this point. Up to this point is the cognitive obscuration, right? Cognitive obscuration. Okay, say the cognitive obscuration, which is like the smell of the garlic, Okay, how many of you have seen? Snow Mountain or snow? How many of you have not seen snow in your life? Oh, poor guys. Okay. How many of you have seen white papers? White sheet. How many of you seen white sheet? Very good. Okay. Then imagine. Okay. Look at the white sheet in front of you. Look at the white sheet. If you have no white sheet in front of you, don't worry. Look at the white sheet of someone else. Right. Look at it. Look at it. Okay. That behind. Right. Okay. What is the color of this sheet? Tell me. What is the color of this sheet? White, right? Imagine. Now you know for sure that the color of this sheet is white. Imagine that you put on a blue glass. You put on a blue glass. Do you think that the color of this sheet will change?
Yes, it will.
Huh? Your perception will change. The color will not change. Color will not change. Your perception of the color of the sheet will change. Right? What is your perception of the color of the sheet going to be like? Blue. Okay. Do you say that, oh, now the sheet has changed blue. This is blue. Would you say that? Although I see it as blue, but it is not blue, it is white. How many of you would say that? Although I see that as blue through my blue glass, but it is white. How many of you say that? Very good. You know that it is not blue, but then with the condition of this blue spectacle, inevitably you see it as blue. You agree with me or not? Okay. Now the Arya beings, Arahats, let me say Arahats. Arahats meaning who have already abandoned the self-grasping ignorance, who have already abandoned this ignorance of seeing things as objectively real, right? Who have already abandoned the ignorance. So these people, it is like seeing that empty, they see the emptiness non-dualistically. They see the emptiness, they know the emptiness so clearly. So it is like seeing this sheet to be empty of blue, right? Emptiness, empty, this sheet to be empty of blue. You know that. You know it so clearly. You know it for sure. Okay. While you know that, and then you put in the blue glass, still you know that. Your knowledge of the color of this sheet to be empty of blue, it does not disappear. It's still there. That knowledge is there. But when you see that, when you put on the glass, blue glass, when you put in the blue glass, how this sheet appears to your mind is in contradiction to what you know. You're getting it? What you know is that this sheet is empty of being blue. And what you see is that this sheet is blue. Are these two contradictory or not? Very good. Likewise, the Arahats, those who have already seen emptiness non-dualistically, Arahats, they know that this sheet is empty of objective reality. That sheet is coming from the mind, subject, from the object. They are so clear about this. They are so clear about this discernment. At the same time, when they look at it with their eyes, they continually see it as objectively real. You getting it? You're getting it? Don't forget this analogy. You know that this sheet is empty of being blue. At the same time, when you put in the glass, blue glass, you inevitably see this as blue. Likewise, the Arahats, while they have such a clear discernment that everything is empty of objective existence, when they look at them, they continue to see them as objectively existent, like seeing blue. You're getting it? That is not the afflictive obscuration. This is cognitive obscuration. They know that things don't exist objectively, but they continually appear to be objectively real. So that is known as cognitive obscuration. That obscures the Arahat to become omniscient. Cognitive meaning Cognitive obscuration meaning the obscuration which obscures you from cognizing all phenomena. Cognitive obscuration means any mental obscuration which obscures you from cognizing, from realizing, from discerning, from knowing all phenomena simultaneously. That is known as the cognitive obscuration. So what makes us not see all phenomena simultaneously? How many of you know the multiplication table of 2? How many of you know the multiplication table of 3? Right? Okay. While you are listening to me, me about cognitive obscuration, afflictive obscuration, and so forth, simultaneously, the table comes to your mind or not comes to your mind? Simultaneously. Huh? No, it doesn't come to your mind. If it comes to your mind, there's no need for you to come to this class. You're already Buddha. Right? You're already Buddha. Okay. So, our mind is selective. Our mind is selective. It selects one object at a time. It selects one object at a time. So therefore, our mind is not omniscient. Even the arahats, their mind is also selective. Their mind does not see things, does not see all phenomena simultaneously. You getting it? Okay. Even the arahats' minds, they are not omniscient. They are not omniscient. Okay. Okay. With that in mind, let me again highlight one very important point here. Let me share with you one very important point here. Okay. The mind, when it engages with the object, okay, this is so important. A mind, when it engages with the object, mind is the subject, and the object with which you are interacting, that is your object. So what links the two, the object and subject, is the function. The mind engages meaning it's a function, it's an activity. The mind engages with the object. So as the mind engages with the object, it has two functions. Keep that in mind. As the mind engages with the object, it has two functions involved. One is the function related to the subject, and one is a function related to the object. This is so important. You're getting it? What did I say?
There's two functions, one function.
When the mind engages with the object, there are two functions involved. Okay, what are the two functions? The function associated with related to the subject, and one related to the object. Okay, right? From tomorrow onwards, I may not touch it again. I'm not responsible if you get lost from tomorrow. Okay, not two engagement, two functions, to be very precise, right? Okay. As the mind engages with the object, there are two functions. One function is related to the subject, and one function is related to the object. When I say this, when I flash out what these two are, oh, it's so easy, right? And then after 2 or 3 days, if you take it so lightly, you may forget it. You may forget this subtle nuance there. And then I'm not responsible when I leave Chokur Sumling, right? If you have any problem. Okay, this is so important. The two functions. One is the function of appearing, and another one is the function of engaging. Function of appearing and function of engaging. Okay, function of appearing and function of engaging. Same. When we look at this flower, we see that the flower appears to me. So the appearance, this is the activity or the function related to the flower. The flower appears to me. We'll never say that I appear to the flower. We'll never say this. We will say that the flower appears to me. This is one function. This is one activity, right? This is one action related to the flower, related to the object. Whereas you say that I engaged with the flower. You will not say that the flower engaged with me. You will not say this. You will say that I apprehend the flower. I engaged with the flower. You getting it? So the apprehension, apprehending is the action related to the subject. And the appearance is the action related to the object. You getting it? This is so important.
Do these two processes take place simultaneously?
Simultaneously.
Then it's not a question of...
Okay, for the time being, let's not argue for the time being. For the time being, let me give this structure, right? So all the arguments will happen from third day down. From third day down, and if you don't argue with me, then I said earlier, I'm not responsible, right? All arguments must come from your side, not from my side. Okay, but then it's not permissible today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow, I need time to create this structure, right? Okay, because I see that.
Not as an argument, but...
No, I'm joking. What I'm saying is that these subtle details, first let's create the structure. Let's not furnish the house. First let's build, just make the very rough house, right? After that, then your job is to furnish the house. Okay, day 3 down is the furnishing the house. Today is just creating the skeleton of the house. Okay, so this flower, when your mind interacts with the flower, how many functions or how many activities are there? 2. What are there? Appearance and engaging or apprehending. Okay, so one function or one activity is related to the object, and the other one coming is from the side of the subject. One from the object is what? Appearance. The object appears to my mind. The object appears, right? We'll never say that my mind appears to the object. Okay. So the function for appearance is from the object. And the function of apprehending, I apprehend the object. I engage with the object. Engaging or apprehending, this is a function related to this subject. You're getting it? Okay, you should be knowing why I'm saying this. You should be knowing why I'm saying this. The arhats, right? In a loose sense, imagine, okay, are you sure that the color of this white this sheet is white? Are you sure that the color of this sheet is white? Don't worry that I'm a scientist. Don't worry that I'll challenge you by saying that this light is coming from, this whiteness is coming from the source, not from the sheet. Don't worry about that. It's just in a conventional sense. Are you sure that the color of this sheet is white? Right? Okay, right. Now, you are very sure of that. And do you think that this confidence that this color of this sheet is white will remain with you even when you put on the blue glass? Do you think that your confidence that the color of this sheet is blue will remain even after you put on a blue glass? Huh?
Yes.
Don't think that I'm bringing philosophy. Still, this is not philosophy. It's just a very simple thing I'm asking you, right? Don't think philosophical, oh, he must be something very technical thing. He must be tricking us, right? Okay, my question is very clear. Okay, are you sure that the color of this sheet is white? Yes. Now, if you put on a blue glass, do you think that the confidence that you have, that the color of this sheet is blue, this confidence will remain when you put on the blue glass? The confidence will remain, but the appearance will change, right? Okay, so the moment you put on the blue glass, how does this sheet appear to your mind, as blue or as white? How does it appear? As blue, right? Appearance-wise, you are mistaken. But when you engage with it, do you think, oh, this is a blue sheet there? Oh, you will say, no, it's not blue. It appears as blue, but it's not blue. So how many of you will agree to this? Okay, which means that your mind will not apprehend it as a blue, but your mind will continually have the sheet to be appearing as blue. Appearance was mistaken, engagement was not mistaken. You're getting it? You're getting it? Appearance was mistaken, What is not mistaken? Engaging, you are not mistaken. Appearance, mistaken. You're getting it? Likewise, the arahats. Arahats, they know that everything is empty, everything is dreamlike, everything is empty of objective existence. But when they look at things, they continually appear. Appearance-wise, they appear as objectively real. Engaging, they don't engage them as objectively real. They engage as empty of objective existence. You're right? You're getting it? Arahats, when they look at the objects, appearance-wise and engaging. Appearing objects as objectively real and engaging objects as empty of objective reality. You're getting it? So the arahats, when they interact with the world, what is mistaken? Appearance or engaging? Appearance wise is mistaken, but engaging or apprehending, not mistaken, because they know that things are all empty of objective existence. You're getting it? Okay. So this part, where the arahats, they mistake with the appearance, this is due to the cognitive obscuration. You're getting it? This is due to the cognitive obscuration. They don't have the afflictive, okay. They don't have of the three afflictive, what are the three kinds of the afflictive obscurations? What are the three kinds of afflictive obscurations?
Disturbing emotions.
Afflictions or the disturbing emotions, same. Afflictive or the disturbing emotions. Afflictions or the disturbing emotions, number one. What's number two? Contaminated karmas, number two. Then number three, the seeds, active seeds. Active seeds of the first two. Very good. These three, they constitute the afflictive obscurations. Very good. Now, arahats, they don't have the first one, afflictive obscuration. They don't have that. They don't have the third one, the seeds. They don't have the third one, right? Okay. Third one, in the sense, third one is of two parts. Third one, the seed of the afflictions and seed of the contaminated karmas. So the seed of the afflictions is not there. Seed in the meaning, active seeds. Right? Okay, some people, they are getting lost here at that point. And then if you could remember what I said from the beginning, what did I say? What I said is that those people who were missing at that point, you are not responsible. But then those who are present now, you are responsible if the same thing happens tomorrow and the later days. Those who are present now, because you are hearing what I'm saying now, right? What I'm saying is that I may say very important points here and there. I never know, even I may not know when I'm going to say those important points. Right? And then,
What does that mean?
this means that, for example, what I'm saying now, right? Appearance, the two functions. And the arhats, they are not mistaken with respect to objective existence pertaining to the function of apprehending, but it is mistaken with respect to the function of appearance, right? So this part I may not touch again the next 6 days. You're getting it? So therefore, and from tomorrow onwards, from tomorrow onwards as well, some important points, very important points I may touch here and there. And even I don't know when these will come forth. So if possible, try to be as regular for the next 1 week. This is what I'm saying, right? Okay. So those who are absent in the beginning, because you don't know, you are not to be blamed. But those who are present now, you are to be blamed. If on the third day you come, second day you are missing, and then, oh, what? What do you mean by that? Already said the second day, gone, right? Okay, so that part, be very careful. Okay. Now, in this, yes?
Does it mean that Arhat does not have a direct perception of emptiness?
Okay, this is good. So this requires further explanations. Arhats, meaning, arhats just one, arhats, then one moment? No. It has so many moments. Arhats when meditating, arhats when coming out of the meditation, arhats when eating food, arhats when giving teachings. There are so many moments. So the moment the arhats, they are in deep samadhi, into emptiness, there is non-dual experience of emptiness. Things don't appear as objectively real. So things appear, appearance-wise mistake happens only when they come out of the meditation. Right? There are so many phases. Okay, with that in mind, so it's almost like just 10 to 8. With that in mind, cognitive obscuration is the mistake, the propensity in your mind, or the seed in your mind, which is responsible in creating mistake to you having the appearance of the object as objectively real. The propensity in your mind, which is responsible for you to have the appearance of the object as objectively real. Let me reiterate this. Cognitive obscuration is the propensity of your mind. It's the propensity of your mind which is responsibility for you to have the appearance of the object as objectively real. Okay. Now, if you, not only the appearance, even apprehending, when the mistake is with apprehending, then it becomes afflictive obscuration. You're right? You're getting it? Okay. Your mind engaging with the object. You look at this flower. So there are two functions associated with your mind looking at this flower. What are the two functions? Appearance and engaging or apprehending. Okay. Okay, now with these two functions, the same individual can be mistaken pertaining to the first function or mistaken pertaining to the second function. If one is mistaken pertaining to the second function is apprehending. With the second function, automatically there is mistake happen with the first one. Either there's a mistake pertaining to exclusively with the appearance or mistake with both. These are the only two possibilities. You are getting it? Okay, when you engage with the flower, when you engage with any object, if there is something wrong happening with your perception, if there's something wrong with the perception of the object, so this perception involves two functions. Appearance from the object and the engaging from the subject or apprehending from the subject. Two. And of the two, one can be mistaken with the first or one can be mistaken with the both. Right? If you're mistaken just with the first, which means your cognitive obscuration is active, not the afflictive obscuration. You're getting it? Whereas if the mistake is happening with the second, which means that both the obscurations are active. Second mistake is the mistake pertaining to afflictive obscurations. And the first mistake is the mistake pertaining to the cognitive obscuration. You're getting it? Okay, this is a little technical. You may understand it, but then the moment you leave this room, you may forget it. Don't worry. Okay, I'll repeat this. This is very important. As long as you understand it while you are here, this is good enough for me. When you leave this room, you forget it, it doesn't matter, right? And then tomorrow you come back, again the seed is already there. The manifest version may disappear, don't worry. The seed is there, tomorrow you come, third day you come, and then the seed will become more and more germinated. You getting it? Okay, what I'm saying here is that as you interact with the flower, as you engage with the flower, there are two functions. One is the function of appearance, and the other one is the function of engaging or apprehending. You're getting it? Okay. Should there be a mistake in this process of engaging with the flower? Should there be a mistake? The mistake should be with any of these two functions. Mistake in appearance or mistake in engaging. You're getting it? If the mistake is with appearance, that is related with which of the two obscurations? Cognitive obscuration. You're getting it? And then if the mistake is with the engaging, subjectively engaging with the object, that is related to which of the two don't have which of the two?
Afflictive obscurity.
A cognitive or
They don't have afflictive obscurity.
they have cognitive. They don't have the afflictive. So which of the two mistakes they don't have?
With engagement.
Which of the two mistakes? I'm not asking which of the two obscurations.
With
Engagement.
Right? I'm not so gentle, right? I may be very direct saying that what is my question? Right? Okay. My question is my question is not which of the two obscurations the arahats are freed of. This is not my question. My question is which of the two mistakes the arahats are freed of? Which of the two mistakes the arahats have? Okay, to make it very simple.
With appearance.
Just raise hands, anyone? Yes? Okay, the mistake pertaining to appearance. Very good. Why mistake? Anyone? Why mistake? Why there is a mistake?
Because the objects appear objectively real to them.
Because while the objects do not exist objectively, but they appear to be objectively real. So therefore it's a mistake. Whereas if it exists, if it does exist objectively and it appears as objectively real, it's not a mistake. Mistake should have a connotation that the reality and how the appearance is happening, there's a discrepancy. So, okay, the arahats, they are freed of which of the two mistakes?
With engagement.
They are freed of which of the two mistakes? Mistake pertaining to the appearance or mistake pertaining to the engagement? Mistake? Engaging or the engagement. Very good, you are getting it. Very good. Now I'll be still happy even if you forget it when you leave this room. Right? As long as you get it now. Because you have implanted such a good seed in your mind. Okay. Now with that in mind, knowing now from this, know a little bit in technical terms as to what constitutes cognitive obscurations and what constitutes afflictive obscurations. Right? Now to make it very general, afflictive obscurations is constituted of three parts. Afflictions, contaminated karmas, and their seeds. And their active seeds. Why active seeds? You know why active seeds? Active seeds meaning seeds which can potentially give rise to afflictions and the contaminated karmas later on. Whereas the inactive seeds are like the seed of an apple which is burned. A seed which is burned, that is the inactive seed. Because even if you plant it, even if you water it with fertilizers, it will not grow into apple tree. You're getting it? That is known as inactive seed. Non-functional seed. Okay. So only the functional seeds are under the afflictive obscurations. Where the cognitive obscurations, you are aware. Now the subtle stain which is responsible to make you to have things appear as objectively real. You're getting it? Okay, this is a little technical, don't worry. Now to make it too technical, very technical, afflictive obscurations and cognitive obscurations, these two are connected with the two functions, right? Distortion of the two functions. Distortion with respect to the appearance is what? Cognitive obscuration. Distortion with respect to the engagement with the object is afflictive obscuration. Keep that in mind. Don't forget that, right? Say all afflictive emotions. You can name them attachment, anger, jealousy, competitiveness. They all are mistaken with respect to they engaging with the objects. They engage with the objects by seeing things as objectively real, right? With the belief that things are objectively real. So that way it becomes afflictive obscurations. Whereas you don't believe in how they appear as objectively real, but they still continue to have objects as appearing objectively. That is cognitive obscuration. You're getting it? Okay, very good. Now with that in mind, if you know what takes us up to this point is the purpose of this practice. Refuge field, bodhicitta field, and the purpose of the practice. The purpose of the practice is finally to unravel this hidden treasure which exists in each one of us. In simple terms, in a very naive, simple terms, we all have the potential for Buddhahood. So that potential is known as the hidden treasure. So this hidden treasure has to be disclosed. As long as the beggar does not discover the solid diamond underneath the ground of his simple shed, he remains a beggar. The moment he discovers that treasure which exists underneath the ground, he is no more a beggar. Perhaps he could be the richest person on this earth. Right? Okay. As long as we don't discover this hidden treasure within us, we are samsaric beings. The moment we discover that, we are no longer samsaric beings, we become Buddhas. So therefore, the great saint, the direct disciple of Nagarjuna, Acharya Nagabodhi, he said that Buddhahood is not bestowed upon you by anyone. Buddhahood is not bestowed upon you by anyone. There's no one like a king there, like a king granting you some gifts or rewards. No, there's no one there to, holding this Buddhahood and granting it to you. No one bestows, the Buddhahood is not bestowed upon you by anyone. Nor the cause of Buddhahood is being held by anyone. Nor the causes of the Buddhahood is being held by someone. No. It is you. It is you, through discovering your own Buddha nature, that you become a Buddha. This is what the Acharya Nagabodhi said, right? Okay, don't forget this. Okay, now with that in mind, keep in mind that any practice that you may do, be mindful that it's not that I'm inept, I'm incapable. I have the potential. I have the Buddha nature within me. Everyone has the Buddha nature within each one of them. So this Buddha nature is at the moment hidden. Hidden by what? Hidden by mental defilements, mental obscurations. What are these mental obscurations? Afflictive obscurations and cognitive obscurations. You getting it? And afflictive obscurations, they can be eliminated. So these afflictive obscurations, they can be eliminated. To know how they can be eliminated, afflictive obscurations, finally they are rooted to the ignorance. So we have to eliminate ignorance. How to eliminate the ignorance? Ignorance is like darkness. The darkness can be eliminated only by introducing light. So to eliminate the darkness of the ignorance, we have to introduce the light of the wisdom. Only by introducing the light of the wisdom that we can expect to eliminate the darkness of the ignorance. So by the wisdom of emptiness, that is the one which will finally eliminate the afflictive obscurations fully. Now the next part, cognitive obscuration. Cognitive obscuration, that is in the form of the subtle stains or the subtle smell of the afflictive obscurations. So this cognitive obscuration, while you already know the potential or the seed which gives rise to you having a distorted appearance. So that is responsible for our self-centered attitude. Look, this is another important point. This cognitive obscuration is responsible for the self-centered attitude. From this, now we come to know that the mental defilements which obscure our Buddha nature, it is twofold. Afflictive obscurations and cognitive obscurations. Afflictive obscurations finally can be boiled down to ignorance, self-grasping ignorance. And a cognitive obscuration finally boils down to self-centered attitude. Okay. Finally, we see that what obscures the brilliant Buddha nature within us is twofold: self-grasping ignorance and self-centered attitude. Our job over the next 1 week is to distinguish between self-grasping ignorance and self-centered attitude. Right?
Could it also be called self-cherishing?
Self-cherishing, self-centered attitude, same, synonymous. Okay. With that in mind, now tell me, if these two, the self-grasping ignorance and self-centered attitude, or the self-cherishing mind, if these two are the ones which obscure your Buddha nature, the brilliant Buddha nature, then we need to eliminate these two. How to eliminate this self-grasping ignorance? By resorting to the remedy of the wisdom of emptiness. You're getting it? So therefore, the wisdom of emptiness plays such an important role as a part of our practice. One. And then for the self-centered attitude, self-cherishing mind, what is the final remedy? Bodhicitta, other cherishing mind. The best of the other cherishing mind is bodhicitta. So therefore, the bodhicitta plays such an important role, should be a part of our main practice, right? So by resorting to these two practices, the wisdom of emptiness, eliminating the self-grasping ignorance, and resorting to the bodhicitta to eliminate self-centered attitude, we see that the final Buddha nature that is within us can be disclosed fully by smashing, by shattering the vase of the two obscurations which obscure your Buddha nature. You're getting it? So keeping that in mind, that is my final purpose. Any practice, anything that you do, say, taking one step closer towards Choe Swimming Center, right? Coming one step closer towards Choe Swimming Center for the sake of making yourself closer towards bodhicitta, for the sake of making yourself closer towards emptiness, wisdom emptiness, that becomes Dharma center, the Dharma practice. That is Dharma. First let me put it like this. Anything which smashes, which is directly or indirectly related to smashing this vase of the mental defilements which obscure your hidden treasure of the Buddha nature. Anything which directly or indirectly involves with smashing these obscurations, that is Dharma. You're getting it? Dharma. This is the meaning of Dharma. Anything which makes you smash, which makes you directly or indirectly, which eliminates this mental obscuration is Dharma. Okay. Now you may wonder, what is that thing which can eliminate these two, which can eliminate the mental defilements? Knowing that the mental defilements is of the numerous varieties, but boils down to two: self-grasping ignorance and self-centered attitude. So anything which helps you to eliminate either of the two, self-grasping ignorance and self-centered attitude, that becomes Dharma. You're getting it? Okay. Now, what takes you closer towards eliminating self-grasping ignorance, self-centered attitude? Anything which takes you closer towards wisdom of emptiness and bodhicitta, that becomes Dharma. I'm saying all different versions, different ways, right? Okay. Anything which takes you closer towards wisdom of emptiness and Buddha nature, that becomes Dharma. Okay. Now, today is what? Today is 10. Okay, 10, there is a teaching happening in Choe something, right? That way, then I'll learn something. Then I'll become an expert. Then I'll become, then I'll become so popular, right? Then coming closer towards Choe something, do you think that is Dharma? It's not. Because that coming closer, taking closer towards Choe something, that is going closer towards boosting your ego, right? So in the facade of learning bodhicitta, wisdom of emptiness, it is boosting your ego. So that is enriching your self-centered attitude. It is enriching your self-grasping ignorance. So there is no Dharma. So any gesture, any action, so that makes you closer to, that makes you feel closer towards bodhicitta. That makes you closer towards wisdom of emptiness. Even though you may not understand what exactly is wisdom of emptiness, but today I went there and then he emphasized so much on the wisdom of emptiness. Wisdom of emptiness, this must be so important. You feel that indirectly you are making yourself closer towards the wisdom of emptiness. That is Dharma. You're getting it? Okay. So finally, the purpose of the practice is to make yourself closer towards bodhicitta and a wisdom of emptiness. And these two, more stable they are, your Dharma is more stable. The stability of these two will be given to you by the shamatha meditation. Stability of these two practices will be given to you by the the shamatha meditation. Meditation, single-pointed meditation, the samadhi practice. Okay, with that in mind, we see that all our practices must be accompanied by 3 points. One is visualizing proper visualization of the merit field or the refuge field. And the second one is the bodhicitta field. And the third one is by being very clear of the purpose of the practice. First one is, okay, so now those who are attending here, make it a point that you don't make me repeat the next time. Because here, in your case, you are not to be blamed because you were absent in the earlier part, and I did not make this announcement yesterday, right? So you are not to be blamed. Okay, if you're not to be blamed, then I will repeat, right? So I told Shandeep yesterday and also today that what we have planned for the 1 week, right, may get extended. Meaning, what I planned for the first 3 days may be extended for the 3rd, 4th day, 5th day, because what we have chosen as the topics, they are very heavy and may take a little time for us to digest them, right? So it doesn't matter because I'm trying my best to make it comprehensive.